In the heart of the Victorian era, a time of profound loss and grief, families turned to a new form of comfort: mourning dolls. These lifelike effigies, crafted with meticulous care, served as a tangible link to the departed, offering solace in the face of immeasurable sorrow. Today, mourning dolls are often seen as creepy relics of a bygone era, inspiring countless horror stories and films. Let's take a look at the history behind the hauntings.
I know that the paranormal is real. Listen.
The Victorian era, spanning from 1837 to 1901, was a time of immense social and cultural change. It was also marked by a high rate of infant mortality. Diseases like smallpox, scarlet fever, and diphtheria claimed countless young lives, leaving families devastated. In the face of such loss, families sought ways to commemorate and remember their departed loved ones. Mourning dolls, crafted with meticulous care, offered a tangible connection to the child who had passed away. These dolls were typically crafted from porcelain, wax, or cloth. Materials were chosen for their durability and ability to capture the delicate features of a child. Some dolls were even made using the child's own hair and clothing, adding a personal touch to the memorial. They were displayed at the child's bedside, in miniature coffins, or even in the child's crib. Creating a mourning doll was a labor-intensive process. Skilled artisans would carefully sculpt the doll's features, paint its skin, and dress it in the child's favorite clothes. The attention to detail was meant to make the doll as lifelike as possible. The dolls were not only a personal symbol of grief, but also a reflection of Victorian culture. The Victorian era was a time of heightened sentimentality and a focus on family and tradition. Mourning dolls embodied these values and provided a way for families to express their love and loss. They were seen as a way to preserve the child's memory and to offer comfort to grieving families. In the Victorian era, where death was often seen as a harsh reality, mourning dolls provided a way to soften the blow. As the Victorian era progressed, mourning dolls became increasingly popular. The demand for these dolls led to a small cottage industry, with artisans specializing in their creation. Initially, mourning dolls were custom-made for individual families. However, with the rise of the Industrial Revolution, their popularity skyrocketed as mass-produced versions became available. These dolls were often made from less expensive materials, such as cloth or paper, making them more accessible to families of all socioeconomic backgrounds. No matter how the dolls were produced, they all served the same purpose. Mourning dolls were not only used to commemorate the deceased, but also as companions for living children. Some families would place a mourning doll in the child's bed, hoping that it would provide comfort and companionship. Dolls were also seen as important educational tools, teaching children about life, death, and their place in the world. The decline of mourning dolls began in the late 19th century with the invention of photography. This groundbreaking technology offered families a more realistic and immediate way to remember loved ones. Unlike mourning dolls, which were often idolized representations of the deceased, photographs captured the individual's unique features and personality. However, it was the early 20th century that saw the most significant decline. Advancements in medicine and public health led to a decline in infant mortality rates. As death became less of a constant presence in families, the need for mourning dolls diminished. Additionally, the changing cultural landscape of the 20th century led past generations away from the sentimentalism and tradition that had characterized the Victorian era. Mourning dolls, with their nostalgic and often macabre associations, became less popular. As the 20th century progressed, societal attitudes towards death and mourning began to shift. The two world wars played a crucial role in the decline of mourning dolls. The once comforting companions became associated with a time of profound loss and sorrow. Economic hardships brought on by the wars further contributed to the decline, as families struggled to afford or maintain mourning dolls. By the mid-20th century, mourning dolls had largely fallen out of favor, becoming relics of a bygone era. Their once coveted status was replaced by a sense of unease and discomfort. Many mourning dolls were simply discarded or forgotten. We are here September 10th. What time is it right now? 8:30? 8:36. This is the investigation of Mary the Doll. While the history of mourning dolls is fascinating, it's also important to explore the paranormal claims associated with these artifacts. One theory suggests that the intense grief and love associated with mourning dolls may have created a powerful emotional energy that could be felt by those who interact with them. This energy can manifest as paranormal phenomena such as unexplained movements or feelings of unease.
All of a sudden it sounded like somebody took a big metal heavy tray and slammed it on a linoleum floor.
So whenever I heard the drop, that's exactly what you would think it would be. It's just like one of those metal trays that you use for cooking, just going, and then boom!
And I hear like an adult male stomping down like through our attic or on the roof. It was hard to tell which.
Another theory proposes that the spirits of the deceased children may be attached to their mourning dolls, seeking comfort or remaining connected to their loved ones. This could explain the reports of children's voices or laughter associated with these dolls. Some believe that the dolls may absorb the emotions and energy of those who interact with them, leading to a buildup of negative or positive energy. This could explain why some people report feeling uneasy or even threatened by certain mourning dolls, while others find them comforting or peaceful. Mourning dolls have also become popular tools for those who conduct seances. It is believed that these dolls can act as conduits for communication with the spirit world, allowing individuals to connect with their deceased loved ones. However, some believe that misusing these dolls, particularly if they were used in ritualistic ways during funerals, could anger or upset the spirits associated with them. The misuse of mourning dolls, such as treating them disrespectfully or using them for malicious purposes, could lead to negative energy being associated with the artifact. This negative energy could manifest as paranormal phenomena. Whether or not you believe in the paranormal, the history of mourning dolls is a fascinating exploration of human emotion and loss. These haunting artifacts continue to captivate our imaginations and raise questions about the nature of reality and the paranormal. As we explore the history and lore of mourning dolls, we are reminded of the power of memory and the ways in which we seek to preserve the lives of those we love.
It is real. The paranormal is real. Is it? The paranormal is real. It is real. The paranormal is real. Is it?
Sometimes the door opens by itself.
I would hear right above my head like knocks in the middle of the night.
It used to be like this all the time.
But I have witnessed knocking on this door and the doorknob moving itself